Wow, this feels amazing. Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back. In today's video, I'm going to be going over the best controller grips that you can buy, as well as some other life hacks I use to keep my hands completely dry when playing. Now, this is probably going to be one of the most important videos on my channel. Ever since I started gaming with a controller, sweaty hands has been a pretty big issue for me, but I can confidently say that I've figured out how to keep my hands dry and comfortable on a controller. Don't worry though, because whether you use a PS4 or Xbox controller, this video will be helpful for you. But anyway, just before the video starts, if you could drop a like and subscribe, that'd be much appreciated. And remember that using code FLEA in the item shop actually doubles your edit speed. Nah, but my name's Flea, and let's get right into it. Alright, so as you can see, there are a few things we're going to be trying today, but let's start off with the Control Freak grips. So these right here are the Control Freak grips. As you can see, it's got a kind of rubber mesh feel to it. It's very nice to hold, definitely a lot better than just holding a PS4 controller with no grip. Keep in mind the grip on this controller has been on there for a couple of years now. So since then, they've actually released a new version as well, which is ultra thin. So one thing I did notice when using the Control Freak grips is you can see it's actually quite thick. It does make your controller a little bit thicker to hold, so if you do have smaller hands, maybe you want the ultra thin grips. If you've been following me for a while, you do know that I have been using Control Freak grips for many years now. I have showed in other videos where I have 3 controllers I've all used with Control Freak grips. So coming in at $15, they are good value for money. And while you're there, if you haven't picked up some Control Freak thumbsticks yet, I highly recommend the Galaxies because I've been using them for a long time and everyone tells me they love them. And now let's move on to a different type of controller grip. Now these are called Smart Grip from a small German company, and I've been using these on and off with Control Freaks for the past 8 months. Out of all the grips I've tried in my lifetime, these ones are definitely my favorite. And this isn't a sponsored video, they aren't paying me any amount of money to talk about these. I just really like them and they came in the mail today, so let's open them up. So this one here is, I believe, the white one, as you can see. So it's going to have a white trim around it. If I just open this up here. So here's all the stuff that comes with it, just some stickers and some sleeves. And here we have the grip for the controller. It's actually pretty cute. It's almost like little socks for your controller, but they are quite amazing, especially if you get sweaty hands on the controller. So it's got a kind of foamy inside so it doesn't slide off the controller, and a really nice fabric material, which is super comfortable. All right, and let's go ahead and put this on my controller. So I got the white grips that are going to go on the white controller. So you pretty much grab one of these little strips that they give you and you actually put it inside the grip to get it on, because it is not easy to get on. And then you pretty much just slide it in and you just pull it up as you slide it in. All right, once you got one side on, it should be on when there's no little air bubbles at the bottom. And now I'm just going to put the other side on. All right, that was pretty quick and it's on. That actually looks so cool. So we have it nice and firmly on there, as you can see. By the way, guys, if you haven't checked out my homemade trigger stopper video, I highly recommend you do. So just comparing this to the Control Freak grip, the good thing about the Smart Grip is that it feels really nice, as well as you can take it off and wash it if it does get dirty. Whereas the Control Freak grips, you can't take them off, you're only able to clean them. But the negatives about the Smart Grip is actually can't use a strike pack or a PS4 back button attachment on it. Whereas with the Control Freak grip, you can if you just cut out a little section in here. And comparing the longevity of these two grips, obviously this one, you know, lasts a very long time. I've had that on there for years. Your controller is going to break long before the grips ever wear out or start peeling off with the Control Freak grips. And also with the Smart Grips, I'll show you my other controller. So here's the controller that I use now and have been using for the past 7 months. This is what the Smart Grip looks like after 7 months of using it. As you can see, it hasn't got the soft look and feel to it anymore, but it still does its job. So yeah, both products last a very long time, and it honestly comes down to personal preference. Whether you prefer a rubber, more grippy controller grip, or whether you prefer a softer, more comfortable grip. Like I said, I do go back and forth between these grips, but I have to say my favorite is Smart Grip just because it does a better job of soaking up sweat. So 7 months old versus fresh out the packaging. Not a huge difference, obviously a little bit of wear and tear, but it's still completely okay. Alright, and there you have it, the complete Flea setup. Smart Grip controller grips, one Galaxy Control Freak, and the homemade trigger stoppers. And to finish off the video, I'm just going to talk about some life hacks I use to avoid sweaty hands. Some of these things have literally changed my life. They are that good. So let's get right into it. Starting off with the best way to keep your hands dry is I actually use a mini desk fan attached to my chair. This is so good. I literally use this every single day when I'm playing Fortnite. Ever since I put this here, I don't get sweaty hands at all anymore. So the way I've attached this is just with two big cable ties. So when I want it, it's blowing cool air on my hands, and when I don't, I just flick it out the way. This is something I came up with a couple of years ago, and I've loved it ever since. And next life hack is baby powder. But not just any baby powder, not the normal baby powder. You need this version. Now I know it sounds like a meme to be using baby powder when you're gaming, but trust me, I know what it's like to have hands sweating like the Pacific Ocean and not knowing how to fix it. But don't use just the normal baby powder, because normal baby powder actually makes your hands soft and slippery, and that's the complete opposite of what you want. You want the baby powder with the pure cornstarch in it. The pure cornstarch will actually make your hands feel dry and grippy, and that's what you want. Alright, and next we have the final life hack. Now this is a last resort. Then this here is what you call gamer grip. Now I got this with my Scuf controller on the Scuf website, and I say this is the last resort because once you put this on your hands, they will be the driest things on the face of the earth. So basically all you do is take off the cap. Now I know it seems small, but a little tube like this actually lasted me over 6 months, and on those really sweaty days you literally only need that much, and you just rub it into your hands, wait for them to dry, and there you go, the driest hands you'll ever get. I used to use this stuff a lot in my old place because I didn't have air conditioning in my room, and it got really hot in there, but I don't use it as much anymore. So it is really good, but like I said, a last resort. Alright, and there we have it. So a few controller grips and some life hacks on how to get the driest hands in the world. If this video did help you, a like is definitely appreciated. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.